Remember months ago when I told you AI was the sleeper issue of the midterms? Well, the sleeping giant has woken up. Poll after poll shows Americans don't want data centers being built next door. They have become the poster child for the backlash against AI, especially among young people. A new Pew poll found that for the first time, a majority of adults under 30 say they're more concerned than excited about AI. That number jumped nearly 25 points in just 5 years. And politicians nationwide are starting to get the message. Just look at this ad from Gina Hinojosa, the Democrat running for Texas governor.
Why is my electric bill going up?
Absolutely. I'm happy to help. Data center production and energy use in Texas is skyrocketing to meet AI's needs. For your future.
What? Who authorized that?
Greg Abbott. He gave them billions in tax breaks. For your future.
My future? How does this help me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great question. Happy to help.
And by the way, it's hitting the cultural zeitgeist. Former NFL star Jason Kelce just put out this ad for his garage beer with a pretty out there suggestion for people who don't like data centers.
AI data centers waste millions of gallons of water. That's why Liquid Death and Garage Beer decided to team up. We want your pee to cool these data centers.
Go ahead and have another Garage Beer or Liquid Death Sparkling Energy. Then send your pee to the AI data center of your choice.
I'm not thirsty anymore. Now, for the record, yes, there is a disclaimer. The ad says at the end, the suits want us to tell you to please don't actually send your pee, unquote. Let's talk about all of this with our friend and Tonight contributor, Kara Swisher. Kara, what a lead-in for you, my friend.
Oh, wow. You couldn't resist the pee.
I couldn't. I really couldn't. I mean,
you could not.
I couldn't. All right. Well, look, Axios has new reporting tonight of a memo the Senate GOP sent tech companies warning them the data center issue could actually cost them a key seat in Ohio, telling them straight up, this has become a sleeper issue for the entire election cycle. So, Kara, all the P aside, will support for data centers end up being a huge liability for candidates?
I believe it was me that told you this is going to be a big issue.
I'm taking credit for it.
Okay, please do. When Elon started doing all that nonsense in Memphis with gas burning turbines to start Colossus there, or when Kevin O'Leary is in Utah calling people communists if they didn't go along, and in general, just being able to push these things through with a lot of NDAs and secrecy, it was going to be a problem because it's physical as opposed to where AI is going, and so data centers have become a proxy for all the upset about AI and the confusion about it and the worry, the legitimate worry about jobs and everything else. And then the sort of cosplay villainousness of tech leaders these days, sidling up to the White House, handing over money, just adds to it. And so data centers are where it's all coming out. And there's a lot of data centers around this country. It's just AI data centers are the ones that are being targeted.
The president doesn't seem to be thinking about elections. I mean, he's doubling down on data centers, the kind you're talking about. Listen to this.
If I were the mayor of a town or the governor of a state and I had a chance to get a big plant in, an AI plant or a data center, I would absolutely want it because the jobs are enormous and the money paid, the taxes paid are just enormous. And if you don't take it, you're going to be left behind because there are plenty of places that want it. So I would say that maybe it can use a little public relations help. But if I were a governor or mayor, I would want that plant in my community.
All right, well, a lot of people still don't, and I wonder what you make of that message, because does the argument you're going to get left behind unless you jump on this bandwagon actually make people feel better about the issue?
No, it makes them feel worse. It feels like it's being shoved down their throats. And, I did a recent podcast with a bunch of people in Utah and Virginia where they're stopping these things. And the mayor of Lansing was really interesting because he tried to do what is considered a good data center, tax back, breaks, electricity guarantees, a closed water system, which has its own issues, by the way, a closed loop water system. And the citizens did not want that. Like, they just don't want it. And so I think one of the issues, it's not a PR problem, although it is to an extent. It's this idea that the future is, coming, like that commercial. I think that's an excellent commercial to say, who is this for? Is it for us? Why do they get tax breaks? Why do they get all the gimmies? And so again, it's a proxy for everything else, but it's physical. And in some cases, it's abusive. The citizens of Memphis are very upset about that data center. And so there has to be ways to do this, because we do need these things in this country, and it's really important that they stay here. It's just how do we do it and who gets to benefit? And it shouldn't, one of the things that Scott Galloway says a lot is a lot of these tech companies, they socialize the costs and they privatize the profits. And that's the issue. We all pay the cost for their expansion, and then they tell us we're un-American if we don't go along with it.
I don't either. The most elitist have the luxury of being at the not in my backyard actually meaning something. Most people don't have the luxury, and it goes right into their backyard.
We'll put it right next to Mar-a-Lago if he thinks they're so great. Like, why not? They're very noisy. They can be very noisy. Something like that. Put it next to Mar-a-Lago.
That's not happening, but you know where it has been? The New York Times has a piece today about Loudoun County, Virginia, which struck gold from hosting over 250 data centers. The Times says that the country's revenue collected, the county's revenue collected from them will cover 40% of their total tax revenue next year. I mean, wouldn't you expect more communities than to want these rather than protests? If that's the only thing about the numbers, that's their only concern, that's the PR move?
Yeah, but that's not the only concern.
Right.
You obviously want those things. You want them to pay for the electric costs, but what about noise? What about water? What about maintenance things? It's like that when they put a stadium. The same thing. There's been a lot of gimmies to wealthy people, and you haven't noticed the really wealthy. A lot of people in Virginia. We're seeing a lot of backlash there. There's lots of data centers. Just how they're done. If they're not NDAs, they actually add jobs. And again, it goes against the backdrop, especially young people being concerned with AI. And to say they're stupid to be that way doesn't have politically. It's going to go right into the president's life.
I think you're right. I wonder if there'll be more commercials that follow that as well. Kara Swisher, thank you so much.
I hope not.
I'm the king of debt. I'm great with debt. Nobody knows debt better than me. I've made a fortune by using debt.
All right, the self-proclaimed king of debt once promised to eliminate the national debt in just 8 years. Well, guess what? It's now $40 trillion and counting, and there is plenty of blame to go around. The panel is live with me on that and more next.
Watching football doesn't have to be so frustrating.